Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Streamaday number 3850. Wow, another little milestone made today. That's good. And, yeah, tonight we're going to continue on with our TTM map. Well, that's not going to do it, is it? There we go. So, yesterday we completed Intersection 1. Howdy, Fit. How are you doing? I need to breed those, I think. Today we're going to take a look at exploring some of Intersection 2, hopefully. Doing good, I'm pleased to hear that, amigo. What am I looking at here? Need wheat, that's what I need. I'm also going to bring a stack of cobble I've got for making stone tools with. We already kind of packed up the box so much, so we should be good there. I've been on charcoal for a while. I think I need anything else at the moment. So, I spent quite a bit of time working on trees again. I'm always working on trees these days. That's all I seem to do at the moment, but I'm making some headway with that. It's like putting together a library of trees that we can draw upon, and I'm kind of learning techniques and ideas and stuff as I go a little bit. So but yeah, we're making steady progress there. I do have. Why is there an XP orb there? Oh, this is from these phantoms. That was it. There we go. I do have a little bit of something to say to kick us off here. A little bit of a surprise in store. I've been doing a little research. I did a little research yesterday, and that kind of led me to looking at some other things. And off of the back of that, I have decided what our next new game is going to be. And hopefully we'll be able to check that out very, very soon. I've not bought it on Steam because it's not a digital copy. It is a physical copy. So, yes. Hopefully you are excited about that. I'm not going to reveal what it is yet. But I am very eager to check this out. I can give you a hint of what console it's on, if you would like to know that. Intersection 2. That's this one. I think I'm pretty much prepared and ready to go now. We have a bit of a choice here. We could try and do the Silverstone Quarry and push further into the map in order to get better resources to come back here, or we could do the dungeons in the order that they're intended. I'm not sure. So let me know what you think. What I'm going to do... Oh yeah, I need to pick that up too. What was in here again? Oh. Chainmail boots. Protection 2. Where's the ender chest? Isn't there normally an ender chest at one of these? I don't know where it's at. Is it up here? Yeah. Right. I'll put that in here. And that. But yes, actually very much looking forward to it. And it wasn't my initial plan to do things that way. We'll leave that right there. I think it should be safe. It's a bit weird that there's a horse in here. What is that? That's a spider, I think. I want a, It is. Get rid of that. Out. Oh, another shulker box. That's cool. Okay. Ocean stuff. Skeleton. Doesn't seem to have a weapon. This is Zuneric boots. I'm breaking 6 with extra speed. Interesting. Whoa! I thought it was one of those moss rushing guys. I didn't realize it was a creeper. Whoa, gosh. I didn't even see him. Please don't do that. There we go. Great. This is why I brought building blocks with me. There's more of those moss rushing guys. Oh, that's a different one. That's got a shovel. There we go. Would you like to know what console it's on? Fit? Maybe that would narrow it down a little bit. Nope. Okay, let's pull back a second. I'm going to drag them all the way back here to where it's safe. Not going to do much damage with a wood shovel. Look at the range those guys have. Well, he gone now. I'll look inside that chest in a minute. Let's get rid of that. We are going to be playing our next game on the PlayStation 5. I know, one I've not used in a while. And it is going to be a bit jank. There's no avoiding that. It means I'm going to have to wire the PS5 directly into the capture card. Which means if I ever want to do, like, building with Fret and stuff while I'm playing that game, I have to swap it over again. But I've checked it out, and it should be relatively easy to adjust the cables whenever I want to do that. I can't do it through the normal capture card like I do my other consoles because the PS5 is 4K natively. So we want to take advantage of that. I have to get my PlayStation 5 controller out again. And I'm going to have to get it switched on again. I don't even remember the last time I turned it on, to be honest. Kind of continuing that theme of... Ooh, a new bow. Anything good? Power and punch. It is brand new. Yeah, we've never played it before. Is the game new? As in, like, when it did it recently come out? Fairly recently, yeah. Not this year, but fairly recently, yeah. And it also is going to act as a little bit of a test for me as well. Like I said, I was looking at what we do have as opposed to what we don't, and we do have a PlayStation 5. It's not a Pro, but we do have one. So maybe we can do something with that. In order to play some of the newer titles. I've already been doing a little bit of research into perhaps maybe doing some of the Silent Hill stuff, the newer Silent Hill games for SPAD on the PlayStation 5 and how well it performs. Is it going to look as good as the PC? No. No, it's not. And I'm probably not going to be able to run it in 120 FPS either. But to be fair, you know, the amount of hardware I would need to throw at it in order to be able to do that anyway is going to be impractical right now. And the thing is, it's all well and good trying to save games for when I get a new GPU or whatever, but there'll be new games then that have come out that I'll want to do then. So all that ends up happening is I just end up with an even bigger backlog than what I've already got. So let's see how the PS5, the base PS5 that I do have, performs. Let's get some value from it. And, you know, if it doesn't really work out, I've not spent a lot, really. Part of the reason I picked this game up is it was on sale for half off on Amazon. I wouldn't have considered it normally, but I was like, oh man, that seems pretty good of a deal, actually. So I'll probably, efficiency 2, I'll probably get that. Oh, look, there's the wall. Oh, man. Okay, I guess I'll tell you. Yes, the next game we are going to play is going to be Clair Obscur Expedition 33 on the PlayStation 5. Or attempt to, anyway. Well, there goes my fun. And like I say, it's going to be a bit of a test run as well for other things. Ghost of Tsushima is PS4, no? But yes, we will get to that eventually. Guile has told me to play that many times. Oh, Ghost of Yotei, is that what you're talking about? Ghost of Yotei. He's told me to play that too. But yeah, so I'm going to use it as like a blueprint as well for stuff like Silent Hill. Possibly. I need to stop being... I saw the term on Reddit, and I quite like it. A graphic snob. The thing is, I'm not somebody who normally cares that much about graphics, but, you know, I've got to try and move away from this. I want to save stuff until it's the most optimal way to play type thing, because it's just impractical right now. I need to work with what I've got. And as far as I know, from what I did research on Reddit and things, Clair Obscur runs really well on the PS5, even the base PS5. It runs at 60 FPS. It doesn't dip. If you play on performance mode, which is fine, at 4K. That'll do. That'll do. I mean, in the case of Clair Obscur, I mean, 60 should be enough anyway. As far as I know, so... Because it's an RPG, I think. Although I don't know if there's, like, parry mechanics to it or something. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But, it will have been designed with the base PS5 in mind. Otherwise, you know, it wouldn't be sold. So... Yes, it was on sale on Amazon for half off, so I was able to get it, I think, for £27, which is pretty cheap, all things considered. Oh. There was a couple of things that factored into my decision as to why I've chose to do this. Firstly, like I was just saying, I need to stop being a graphics snob, or, you know, trying to wait until I've got the perfect setup for things. I just need to go ahead and get things done if I have the ability to do it. The fact the game was on sale also appealed to me. But also, regarding the GameCube, there's a little bit of stuff to say about that too. I haven't received an email, and I was supposed to... 3 spawners, huh? I was supposed to get a notification at the very least at the end of April. That has not happened. So I went on Twitter. So the accounts of the people who make this product are very... They're not completely inactive, but we're talking a handful of tweets a year, kind of active. So I want to get rid of the enemies on top of here. Spider's gone. They're gone. They're gone as well. Good. But from what I've seen, from what other people were saying on Twitter, because people were sending tweets at their accounts and stuff like that, they've had stuff on order from Crowd Supply for that flippy drive since last September, and they've not got it yet. So... I don't think the GameCube's going to be happening anytime soon, to be honest. I'm also a little bit concerned that somebody wanted to review the product, raised concerns about not getting it, and then the person making it just blocked them. that concerns me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I do have recourse to get my money back through crowd supply, but we'll come back for that. It did make me nervous. I'm not gonna lie. When I start seeing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm not expecting that to be solved anytime soon, right now. What I may need to do in the short term is look into alternative ways that I can get the GameCube moving for the projects we want to do. At the very least, you know, for Metroid and that. So, yeah. But for now, for the next little bit, I'm okay with spending that. I am going to take on some extra work in order to be able to fund this, but not just to fund that. I also want to see if I can spend some time doing a little bit of extra work to see if we can get some other projects moving. There's a lot of things I need to get to, and there are a couple of jobs again I can do. So I'm going to focus on that and see if I can get the remainder of this stuff sold. I want to get sold. Some of it needs parts and that. So get the stuff fixed, get it sold. And then try and utilize the resources out of that to fund new things. That's kind of my thought process at the moment. But for now, for the next little bit here, regardless of anything else, my plan is to look into playing through Player Obscure. So, and I will deal with. That's where he came from before. Fell from up there. I just didn't hear it. Oh look, there's a... Did I look in this before? There we go. Good, there's a crate here that I can use. Drop off some of these supplies. I need those. Yeah, that's the plan. Now with building with Fred, I'm still working, like I say, on designing trees for that. So, it's gonna be a minute before I can really get that realized. Do I have a fortune pick in here? No. I'm gonna have to go back and get them to get the coal out of here. I'm gonna do the loot then first, then I'll come back and we'll do the rest of it. I don't know if there's any loot down in these. I should probably take a look at that as well. Yeah, so doing that and buying that gives me a little bit of breathing room. You know, it's a fairly decent sized game for us to be sinking our teeth into. So it gives me time to figure out what it is I'm going to do next. A little bit. Oh no, don't knock me off. I don't see anything down there, but that's not to say that there isn't anything. I don't know. If it's horrible, then we'll just have to deal with it, I guess. Lower the difficulty or something. But from what I read on Reddit and stuff, people said it was fine. If I had a PS5 Pro, I could do it at 120, but it's alright. I mean, let's face it, if I was doing it on my PC, the best I could hope for was 60. So, trying to get to 120 is going to be something else entirely. You need serious hardware for that. I wanted to look down here. Oh gosh. Is there actually anything down here? No, it's not like it. It's one of those guys. An egg. Oh, they sink as well? Huh. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that kind of stuff was fine on stuff like God of War. So, when we played that, so I don't see it'll be too much different, to be honest. Like I say, it gives us a blueprint towards potential other games as well. I just had to, because that's right next to the shulker box. I don't know if it'll destroy it. I don't think so, but I just don't know. I don't even know where he came from, man. There's torches around here. Ugh. Maybe there's like hidden spawners or something. Maybe there's just more natural mobs around now. Less honeypots in this area. Okay, so let's keep moving. So that's not to say as soon as I get it, I'm immediately going to start it. We do have other things in the meantime. It's just, but soon. Obviously, I need to set up the PlayStation 5 again, so I'll need to make some time for that. But yeah, we got that coming up here. That'll be our next thing. I might tie it into that 10-year celebration as well somehow, doing that, which I wanted to get going here soon, now that the football season is over and everything as well, so... This map maker really does like their bridges through caves. They do really like these predetermined paths. That's like, was it like the third or fourth time we've had something like that now? Which is fine. I mean, it's okay. It's just, you know, quite similar between dungeons, so... So, all I'll need to do now is come back through here with fortune picks for the coal, and then that'll be that dungeon complete. Yeah, I don't have anything here for that, so I'm going to bring all my supplies back to the base, yeah. There we go. And... yeah, we can sort through all this stuff. Let's put some music on to celebrate while we wait. Will we not listen to yet? Chirp. Okay. So, um, that is everything. So I've got power 1 and flame, power 1 and punch 1. We've got a few different picks here right now. This has fortune 1 on it, but we do have a fortune 2 pick, so we'll use that. What else? This is good now. This is empty. So I think we're good here. I just need to place the wool. And then, yeah, we can go mine that coal, I suppose. Excellent. But yes, the plan is still to continue with building with fret stuff. I'm just working a lot right now on like creative planning a little bit in order to get this custom forest moving forward. I've been really trying to learn how to do these trees. I won't lie, it's not been easy. It's been enjoyable, though. It's been like a fun challenge to learn that. And I will hopefully endeavor to continue to do so. We're all getting a little bit full in here now. All these guys growing up. Might need to start and thin the numbers a bit soon. So yeah, we'll return to building with Fret when I've got all my tree designs finalized and we can do the work with that. It's kind of to a point where I've got to start, you know, really committing to some of these big projects, and I need to have the design stuff figured out for that. The good news is I'm building these trees now. It gives me a library of trees that I could use throughout beta really as well. Things don't really significantly change with regards to trees until we get upside down stairs and slabs. I don't know why I went to intersection 1. I need to go to intersection 2. That's where I need to go to. Let's see. Intersection 2. Okay. Right, so we need to go down here again, and I'm gonna get my fortune pick out. What's been going on with you, Fit? What progress have you been making today? Oh, give me a break. Oh, and you brought your friend, too. Don't make me play the song. I will. Don't make me do it. Yeah, back in the day, they'd void death you and you'd have to deal with it. I missed that comment before. Yeah, there is a void area coming up, though. They did say there was some void. Never been a big fan of using void in maps, really. The only way that, like, using void is alright is if there's definitely enough loot that you don't need to grind to get more gear to have another go. Because there's nothing worse than losing everything and, you know, then having to grind for ages. One thing that the map makers now tend to have really gotten down well is cutting out a lot of the grinding stuff. When you used to play maps back in the day, you know, you would stand by a zombie grinder ages to enchant and stuff like that. The enchanted loot largely covers that need now. I'm being shot at again somewhere. I have a saddle for you, horse. Not that I'd probably find you that useful in a map like this anyway, but I could wait for a Fortune 3 pick, by the way, I know that, but realistically, am I going to come back here with a Fortune 3 pick? They're probably going to end up giving us coal blocks on the road, you know. I'm probably going to have coal blocks and everything else, so why is it always skeletons? Can't it be something else? You never see any spiders about. You never see any spiders about or anything. I did get thinking a little bit about if I was to remake that Jungle Terror map, how would I do it this time? What would I do differently? I mean, basically everything, but what kind of dungeons would I make? What would they look like? What ideas would I have for something like that? I kind of like the idea of like washing up on an island and then kind of having like, now you've got all the ocean stuff that wasn't in the game before. You could have an area filled with shipwrecks, you know, and like a undead pirate crew using zombies and skeletons. You could do that. You could have like a plague camp or something somewhere. You could have 18th century miners having come to the island or whatever to search for the gold that was there, and kind of have like a haunted mine area that opens up into an ancient civilization. I was even thinking about how you could have like some Nautica style stuff to it. You know, like that big tower that was on the Subnautica island or whatever. Oh, nice. And I know that all of those different ideas I've just mentioned I could make far more interesting than I could 12 years ago. Not just because the game's evolved, but because my knowledge of building and designing things has come such a long way in that time. Could even do a volcano or something, depending on how large the island was. A Capacha attack, huh? Is that something you have to click or something? Uh-huh. Interesting. I didn't think those guys spawned naturally anymore. Maybe this was before that change. It was a while ago that happened. I don't think I could cure him though. Well, he's going to turn, isn't he, now? I have seen, I think, a golden apple in a chest. That would be the hardest thing to get. I think I could make a weakness potion, because I think you can brew a weakness potion without nether wart. I think. It's been a long time since I've brewed a potion, though, but I'm pretty sure it's the only potion you can make without nether wart. And I do have blaze powder. I could farm it too if I needed blaze powder. That's the thing that's stopping me from making potions right now is no nether wart. I haven't seen any in any of the upcoming areas either, so... I mean, it's possible it's there and I've just not seen it. I've not seen any lapis to do any enchanting with, other than the one special lapis I have here. This may be one of those maps where we never get an enchanting table. We may just not get the resources to it. That's the thing. In one of the upcoming dungeons, I've seen gold. I've seen it there, but I don't have no way of mining it because I don't have an iron pick. Unless they've somehow changed it and rebalanced the tools so that you can mine it with stone in this map. I don't know. Definitely not going to have a torch problem after this. That's for sure. I saw that the latest game drop is now feature complete and nobody's happy. Nobody's happy. It does feel a little bit like it's half baked and half done. Like there's so much potential with that, and it feels like none of it's been realized. Somebody made a very good point, and I didn't even think about this. The new block types, the sulfur and the cinnabar, they don't have cracked or mossy variants. Like, they don't even have that. Which I find really odd. Like, even Deep Slate has cracked, and I think Blackstone has cracked. They don't. Oh, bedrock. Interesting. The Sulphur Springs, while they've been kind of redone a little bit and made a little bit better, there could have been a lot more done. The inclusion of an orange block probably would have gone a long way to blend in the two things together. They haven't done that. There was a lot of great suggestions from the community, and to give them credit, they've put some in. They've added some. But there was a lot more really good suggestions to it. We talked about it, didn't we? Like the aging of the bricks and stuff like that. The fact that you can't use sulfur to craft gunpowder. When I don't think there's a way of getting gunpowder in peaceful mode at the moment. For those players that do play on peaceful, so that would have been good. Yeah, it just feels like there was a lot of stuff that could have been expanded upon with that, and there just hasn't been. Which, to be fair, A few of the drops have kind of felt like that a little bit since they've been bringing them out. People will come up with solutions for this, I'm sure. I wish there was a way that you could make like a mod for the game that added blocks and stuff and world generation, but it wasn't dependent on the version of the game that you had. So if you had, for example, 26.2 or you had 27.4, they were always compatible. I wish there was a way that you could do that. Like official add-ons for the game that are Mojang approved, and you could just, it's almost like an add-on pack for your game, and it doesn't matter what update comes out, it's just supported. I think they kind of have that on Bedrock a little bit with mods through the store and that, but it would be cool if there was stuff that existed like that, so you always knew that your particular add-on or mod or whatever was always going to be supported. Because that's the thing. You always run the risk with mods that eventually your mod is not going to be supported anymore, and then you lose whatever you've done with it, or you have to stay stuck on that particular version. And I do know that now, in particular, the community has gotten very, very good at filling in these gaps. Look at all that coal. It's gotten very, very good at filling in all the gaps in these game drops. And it's a shame that we can't use that more. Whispering Underpass. There's lore here. Is this the mycelium place? I think so. They're the enchanted bows, man. You dropped it. What did you drop? Power 1? That's the thing, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It does feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities with this game drop. Like, the concept of it was very cool. And what they've added is very cool. Right, I didn't have enough ladders before to get this done. I should be able to make more. I'm also going to stock up on torches as well. Bedrock. So we're going to have to be aware of things dropping here. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I meant to read those books before, the lore and that. Huh. Broken ladder. And I see a spawner there. Okay. Well, let me get rid of that. Put that in. I'm gonna be trapped down here for a minute. What is that? It's a spider spawner. Nothing too dangerous. There, so I got that. Let's see if I break this. Oh boy. It's talking to me now. It's kind of creepy. Oh, I see the void down there. Okay, are these ladders broken as well? Oh, they sure are. I don't know what's underneath that. Oh, it's a slab. Okay. Power, flame, and punch. Arrows. Okay, okay, it is safe-ish. I say ish. There is zombies down there, but it's not going to drop me in a void. There. And just to make this kind of safe, I'm going to do that. Spider spawner. What are you? Vanguard skirmisher. That is... What is that? A hoe? Whatever you are, you have a lot of health. Jeez. You have a ton of health. Ugh. Okay. I'm not really comfortable with these bridges being so exposed like this. There's a purple glass chest on top of that. More broken ladders again. Okay. Make a forward workbench here. And I'm gonna make more. I might need to go back for more building blocks. Possibly. As well, yeah. Not totally sure. Them damn Vanguard guys again. An iron ingot. First of many. And 1/3 of the way to an iron pick. That sword's almost broken now, so I'm gonna swap to this. I'm gonna be doing significantly less damage though now. You know what? I have a better idea. Let's use this. I bet I could... Yeah. This will get rid of him. This is the perfect place to use that. I've got to be careful of the void. What was that? Spiders? Void-bound cutlass. That's pretty good. That's not quite as good as this, but pretty good. I see the lime wool chamber there. Chilling. Oh, more of those guys again. I hear a skeleton. Oh, I see him. Oh, that's an archer. Okay. Vanguard archer. See ya. Okay, broken staircase. That's gonna be more of them archers again. I guarantee it. I think I can, yeah. Okay. Just working my way along the edge. What is that? Spiders again. Ugh. Okay. Let's get rid of that spider to start with. Is this all silverfish? No. I think I'm kind of missing something here. Oh, with a skeleton, whatever that is. Oh no, it's an obsidian guy with 2 swords. Called an elite. Well, getting rid of that right now. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned something might happen when I take that wall. Like maybe the path will collapse or something. Efficiency 2. Main thing we're going to watch out for now is like vanilla skeletons. Baby zombies aren't great either. Yeah, I think I'm missing part of the conversation here because I didn't read the lore book before I came in this area. Have to do that on the way out. Maybe the stuff that the chat tells me will make more sense. Okay. Gotta be aware of those skeletons at all times. I think I could recover if I fell into the void, but I don't want to put the theory to the test. I'm a little confused. I'll tell you why I'm a little confused. I'm kind of wondering if every dungeon is going to be this sort of pre-built path. I'm running out of room here. Let's stack those. I thought that there'd be some variety in the kind of encounters we were going to be facing. You know, we'd have some like battleground style areas, others that were like that prison. But so far it's all been kind of similar, just the blocks that make the environment up have changed a little bit. Oh look, they actually gave you ladders. Maybe that'll change a little bit in the latter parts of the map, because the difficulty's obviously got to go up with harder mobs and things. I am noticing, like in this area, a lot of the mobs that spawned in, because there was void and big drops, they just kind of... they just fell off the map, so I never even really fought them that much. I just thought there'd be a little more variety, but that's okay. Still fun. Still enjoyable to play. Just, you know, not quite what I was expecting, I think. It's like a gauntlet style thing, isn't it? Oh, look at shield again. What's that? Oh, resistance potion. So yeah, I'm gonna fill up the shulker box, and then we'll go again here. Looting things. I'll read these in a second too. Plenty of bread, not struggling for that. Alright, what does it say? This is the info. Most of the enemies in this area have tough, nearly unbreakable shells. You will need to dispose of them quickly by knocking them off of ledges and into the void. I figured that out. I had hoped your journey wouldn't take you here. This place was created by an old civilization now lost to time. This seal, magically charged with energy from an unknown source to imprison a demon. A leader of demons, most likely. Maybe even the Omniphage. Physically breaking the seal won't do it harm. There is no danger of letting something free. But they will likely try to speak to you, whisper to you, tell lies or convenient half-truths. Mess with your head. Just keep moving. Even here, the entity has no power over you. So it was a demon that's imprisoned, basically, but can whisper in thoughts into your head. That's the... they say that there's no danger. Physically breaking the seal won't do any harm. They say the opposite of that. But it is an interesting point that possibly... Yeah, let's read the text again. Hello there, I see you're taking down some of these pesky defenses. I would thank you, but I don't suppose our motives are the same. Who sent you here? Some benevolent order? Try to finish what they started down here? That idiot Tirana still using others to clean up her own mess? Ah, her then. Don't try to deny it, I can tell. Well, at least she's got a better idea this time than with the others, or her little experiments, like her apprentice. So that's what you're here for. That's how she intends to get her power. Ingenious, really. I don't give her enough credit, even if she's been known to forget a detail or two. So there is an interesting plot point here that's been sown. We've just kind of, to this point, blindly trusted Serana without really knowing who they are. There's no guarantee that we're actually working for someone who is good. We've just assumed that up to this point because we've had no reason to doubt it. And to refuse the quest would be to basically turn the map down, you know, and play something else. So, that makes me even more nervous, though, now to take the wall. Thinking something might happen if I do anything with it. Possibly when I place it on the monument, maybe. Yeah, I gotta be mindful of skeletons here around these ladders. I think this is the point before where we had taken all the loot. So we've got everything now, basically. Except for the wall. That's the one thing we don't have. I am probably going to need to spend a little bit of time getting some blocks now. I'm kind of running short on good, you know, blast resistant building blocks. I do have a little bit of this concrete though. I'm not the biggest fan of building with that though, because it's a little bit hard to see, you know, when I'm constructing things. Yeah. Let me get rid of that guy. I don't want to run the risk of anything silly happening here. Lime. I stood on that just in the event that something might happen with it. Like... Oh. Oh. Oof. I heard a creeper fall behind me. That's the thing. If I fall into the void here with the 3 pieces of wool I do have, that's it. We lose. So There's always an element of risk doing this around Void. But I like to take risks. In Minecraft, anyway. Maybe not outside of this, but... Alright. I haven't done a CTM in hardcore in a long time. I used to, though. I've done a number of the Vex ones on hardcore mode. And it's funny, I'm probably a lot better at the game now than I was then. So I could probably do it even easier now than I did then. You know, I know how to strategize and deal with certain encounters in ways that I just didn't know how to do before. The thing is, the thing that kind of stops me doing that with maps these days and modern maps is it's really hard to predict what the map maker's going to do now that they've got so many tools at their disposal. Back then, it was just vanilla mobs, and the only major difference might be the sheer number that you might get. Now they could do custom mobs with enchantments and potions and traps and all kinds of stuff that you as a player just cannot predict. I don't know what I'm going to encounter next, you know. So it makes it incredibly risky to try and predict anything like that or play on hardcore mode. And I think it would probably make me really conservative right now. Yeah. It's the kind of thing I'd probably only do if I'd played a map once and I sort of knew where everything was. Fireheart bow. We are going to need a new helmet here shortly. This is my tools and stuff. I'm going to put these away, though, out of there. Stack that bread. We'll look at our armor in a second here. Put those potions away. Shield. I'll put that in there too. Okay, mob drops then. We'll get rid of those first. And food. Building blocks. And wood items. So, chests, that. Extra ladders. Not too concerned that I made ladders. I'm always going to need ladders for different things, so it's good to have them pre-made anyway. Yeah, so we've got all the mob drop stuff. I should rest in that bed before the phantoms spawn again. That. The bones put away. We've got all that now. We could stack this. So I have a little over 4 stacks of coal right now to work with. Oh, 5 stacks of coal. Let's take these out of here as well. So this is kind of like my forward stockpile of stuff at the moment. Okay. I'm going to look at weapons and that, tools here shortly. See what weapons and things I've got. That's mostly broken now, as well as armor to take on the next area. Carrot. Right, building blocks. I'll put those away. We've got a little bit more of this. I've got these. I'll probably do for now. Okay, and another pickaxe. 1 iron ingot to my name. And a lot of bread. So let's look at our armor. As it stands, all of my armor is, apart from the pants, I guess, kind of starting to break now. I don't have a helmet at all. So what have I got here? I think that's still going to be better. Chest pieces, what have I got for that? Unbreaking, projectile, protection. So we lose the fire protection, or protection here, on the chainmail. 5 versus 3. That also has better durability. I'd just be losing the projectile and the unbreaking, so I'm probably going to take that. Pants, they're still reasonable. Projectile protection 1 and protection 2. I don't really have anything any better than that either. Boots, I've got protection 2, unbreaking 2. There. So I've got slightly better armor now. Tools. This pick is still okay. We are probably going to want a backup for it though. So I'm probably going to take that because it's got the efficiency on it still. Good for breaking spawners. That's pretty much done now, so I'm going to retire that from our pack here. We got punch, power and flame. We got power, flame and punch now. Power. So the smoldering bow I'm probably going to keep as like my backup bow now. We got decent weapons here. Unbreaking, sweeping edge, fire aspect. Sharpness 3. That's got fire aspect and that on it. I'm probably going to want to use these now. That I'm going to retire out of here as well. All right. Mission accomplished. Let's place the lime wall and see if anything weird happens as a result of doing that. Yes. I thought something strange might happen. We got a little bit more text here. I noticed that that was also the end of that wall being filled as well. I wonder if that's what's going to happen here. We're going to end up summoning a demon or something. If we reunite everything together. That's like reasonably common trope. I want to rest in this bed before we get phantoms. I'm sure there's lots of instances of this happening, but the one instance that I've encountered something like that happening before, not in a video game, but actually in a TV show, was in the Jackie Chan Adventures. I don't know why I remember this like factoid, but I remember in the season, I don't know which season it was, where there was the Oni masks or whatever. If you brought all of the Oni masks together, the cows are escaping. That's not good. They got like extreme power. Like that was the whole point. You had to bring them all together. All right. So, intersection 2 again, and that mine place is the next place to go. That's also going to take us to intersection 3. Which I nearly tried standing on then, thinking that that was where I was going to go, yeah. Silverstone Quarry, that's the name of the place. There is a chest here again with lore to it. Just lore here. You're emerging into what used to be the central mine of the civilization of Creation Lake. Once mighty, prosperous, even righteous, it has fallen into corruption and ruin. And a curse on them has further complicated the issue. The curse causes their flesh and their humanity to rot away, leaving a wreckage of mindless automatons who know nothing more than a rote routine, and to attack any intruder that crosses their path, of course. Of course. Can't be having intruders. How did he get in? In through the window. You're welcome, Fit. Coarse dirt, cobble, chain leggings. These guys might be worth keeping around if I can get coal off of them. I bet that's the path to the next area. That's a mine overseer. That is a creeper. There's another one. Be gone. That's a big drop. Looks like I've got to go this way. Whoa! Okay, there must be a spawner on top of that. Causing them to fall. Whoop, nope, not that. Now I don't have any torches out. I don't see a spawner up here. Maybe it was just... Stuff's falling, though. 100%. That fell. Maybe in there. Stuff's falling, yeah. That's not good. That's really not good. Oh gosh. Oh, it's up there. I gotta move. This is not a safe place to be. Ah! Oh, I'm getting surrounded. Oh no. I'm getting surrounded. I can't move. Stuck. Alright, all the way back. All the way back. Now to safety. Baby zombie is like the worst thing to be encountering and all that. Oh, there's iron in there. How much health does that baby zombie have? Jeez. I think there might be spawners in this. Possibly. I'm not 100% sure, but there's definitely creepers spawning from somewhere, and they're falling. It's not good. Got a little bit of a problem here now, in that this isn't exactly safe to walk across. Let's get rid of that. I'm not sure that's the creepers, though. Not now. Nope, can't do it. Oh, great. Just die already. Okay. Lit. Keeping an eye out for possible creeper spawners. Nothing super useful. Not safe. There's spawners above us. So I'm gonna make my way up here. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of enemies up there. That is insane. Creeper first, because Creeper's most dangerous. Now you. Now the zombies. There's another Creeper up there. See if I can get an angle on him. Oh good, he's coming this way. Excellent. Missed. Ugh. Now I can't see him. He should be about a 1 or 2 hit kill. I did see a spawner up here somewhere. Magically lost interest in me. I'll call that a win. More creepers again. Missed somehow. Spiders. Did I just see that guy spawning over there? I mean, I suppose he could have just naturally spawned in, but it almost looked like a spawner. There's some sort of special item there. Overseer's Rune Blade. Okay. I'm not gonna mess with it now. Is that a guy in iron armor there? It is. I can't tell if that's a custom enemy or if that's just bad luck on the mob spawning. 100% a custom enemy. Not a custom enemy, I mean, it's a bit odd vanilla spawn. Okay, we got multiple of those guys again. Should be careful of traps. in these kind of tight corridors. My goodness me, look at that aim. Dreadful. I have no idea if that's just a natural spawn or if that was something that spawned in. I've no clue. I don't really want to find out. There's like a dormitory area. What the heck is this place? This is not at all what I was expecting. Let's build a proper walkway to this. Out of blocks. We've got some of these. There. Sand. Sand kind of makes me nervous. This is a big area. This isn't that quarry place anymore, I don't think. Intersection 3, Creation Lake. Seabourn Citadel, light grey wall. Shadowed Shores, grey wall. Cliffside Chaos. Cyan wall. We're in the mushroom fields right now, so it's safe. I do see a zombie over there. In that area, so... I see a zombie over there that just despawned as well, so... Okay, so I'm guessing... This is a really neat way of doing an intersection. Like, there is an intersection here, but... It's all, like... That's kelp, I think. You can see them all hanging out over there. It's all within one big cavern. Seabourn Citadel, boats. You've got to sail to it. Yeah, that's a really interesting way of doing it. There must be a passageway off there. I'm assuming there's some sort of teleporter. Yeah. Let's unlock that. That'll take us back now to intersection 3. So we got that unlocked. Very interesting. Yeah, and then there's a path over that way as well. Obviously, we're not finished with the quarry area yet. I was just curious what this was. So, it looks like there is going to be a bit of variation now. I do see a path over there. In the distance. I wonder if that's the path to intersection 4 over that way. It's a very big cave. In fact, I can see the wall. I can see it right from here. It's on top of that castle. Can't really see much of the other areas at the moment. Which one was this one? Shadowed Shores. Cliffside Chaos will be the path to the next area, to intersection 4, I'm pretty sure. Boats. Where would I take a boat to, though? Like... I mean, I get that there's a castle there, but... That must be that cliffside chaos. This must be a different area. It's not that castle. Okay, so that's like a totally separate location. Interesting. I'm not going to mess with that for right now. Um, we haven't even finished the quarry area yet, and it looks like we might get a little bit of iron and almost certainly get some gold. If we can make an iron pick, we can get gold from there. This is not a version where fortune matters for gold. It looks like I can see a little bit of a building over there. That's probably what that is, the shores inside that building. Mm-hmm. I will BRB a sec. Okay, I'm back. For now. Anyway. Thank you, Fit. I was planning here on concluding very shortly, but sometimes I don't want my outro to be sudden, really, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I did want to take a peek at that area, which we managed to do. Yeah, I'm about out of time for today. I'm gonna drop off some stuff here while I have the chance. Redstone torch. It's kind of unusual. Good thing I came back here too, because I'm kind of running out of weapons here, particularly good ones. We've got that. That had smite on it. Smite and unbreaking. Probably use that next. Yes, so like I said earlier, we do have a new game on the way to look forward to. Probably going to look to at least finish this first. I've got lots of unfinished things I need to go back and sort out. We need to finish Theme Park Roller Coaster. Probably only one stream's worth of stuff there. Honestly, I've just got to go and do it. Haven't finished Dokimon either. Lots of unfinished bits and bobs. But yeah, we will be checking out and playing Clair Obscur very, very soon. And I'm thinking about tying that into our anniversary stuff, which I think will be fun. I have a few surprises planned for that as well. I'm not sure exactly when we're going to start that, but very, very soon, I think. See if we can start and get that moving. I would like to have it all done by the time October rolls around. And let's face it, we're already in May, so I want to try and get some stuff done, man. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure on the situation right now with the GameCube and what's going to be happening with that. I'm hoping that I'm going to get the flippy drive soon, but it seems like there is issues in getting stuff out on time. The fact that people have been waiting since September last year and still haven't got one doesn't fill me with confidence. I cannot lie about that. It does not fill me with confidence that we're going to be getting it anytime soon. I think what ends up happening though is there tends to be like big batches come in at a certain time and then they all get kind of done at once. The fact that there's been no updates on the crowd, whatever it is, website, and the person on Twitter said they should get around to writing an update about what's going on, and that was more than a month ago, concerns me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, because it's like it's not seen as important, even though we are the customer and we really should get an update. But like I say, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is with that. I might send one of them a tweet, I guess, and find out if there is any kind of updates, but I feel like I'm either not going to get an answer, or if I do get an answer, I'm probably going to get blocked. So I don't know if it's going to do me any good asking about that. So we'll see. It'll be here when it's here, I suppose. I mean, the positive thing is I've not heard any cases of like people not ever getting one. Like, you do eventually get one, it's just a long time. Yeah, so. And like I said, I'm going to try and see how this goes on the PS5, and maybe we can utilize that for a few other things where possible. Now, stuff like Doom, the new Doom game, I wouldn't play that on PS5 because playing that on controller would not be a fun time, I don't think. But RPGs, survival horror type stuff, I think will work okay on the PS5. Shooters, I do tend to prefer playing with keyboard and mouse, to be honest, or stuff like Resident Evil in that. But we'll see. We'll see. We're just going to try and make the best out of it, I suppose. And utilize what we have. Anyway, yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. I'm going to continue to try and get things done. What I will look into doing in the meantime, while we're waiting on that GameCube stuff, is I'll look into fixing up everything else that we can do. Like I say, I'm going to try and take on a little bit of extra work so that hopefully by the summer we might be able to get some other things done. For example, could sort out that cable to get the N64 finished, or we could get the drive I need for the Wii U, or the sensor bar I need for the Wii. These sorts of things, you know. So even if we don't have that, we've got something. Something to play with. And I will look into what options I do have with the GameCube while I'm waiting for that flippy drive as well. Yeah. We do have stuff for the PS3 and the original Xbox, or sorry, the Xbox 360, I'm going to say. I want to look into. I've just got to get around to setting those up. So I'll see if I can make some time to get that stuff done. What I need for those as well. A lot of things I just need to get around to doing. In some cases, there's a lot of things I just need to get around to doing, and I guess I just need to sort it out now. Spend less time building trees and more time sorting out stuff. That'll do it. Yes, I realize the last couple of days have been pretty short. We should be back to normal tomorrow. I look forward to being back then. All right. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching today. It was good chatting with you, Fit. I wish you luck with your RuneScape and your Final Fantasy and your Arknights, as always. And hopefully you're excited for what's to come. Take care, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye now.